Ah, hello there. You've just caught me having a quick look at my copy of Gary Gygax's world building book, and that's a great start to my next gaming bugbears video, and that bugbear is one-dimensional minor NPCs. Now, I'm not going to talk about the major NPCs. I'm not going to talk about the evil overlord who is the main antagonist of your game. I'm not going to talk about the Chaos Space Marine who threatens the party. I'm not even going to talk about their lieutenants. What I'm talking about are the very minor NPCs that players only meet once or twice. You know, the innkeeper, the farmer they meet on their way to the dungeon site, even the henchman of the main villain. And now the film Austin Powers did a great sketch with that, where it actually showed the consequences of the henchman dying, something that films don't generally deal with. They just die in their droves, they're shuffled off stage, the bodies are cleaned up, that's fine, no one needs to think about it. Now obviously I'm not saying in your game you should dwell on the fate of every NPC or monster that the players kill. I mean, you'll be there for years just dealing with the average fallout from a D&D party, because let's face it, D&D parties kill an awful lot of people. What I am talking about though is those incidental little encounters. Like I say, the farmer you meet on the way to a market, the barmaid, the stable hand, etc. Now, obviously these are minor NPCs that you only meet a few times, unless they become a recurring NPC. However, if there's no effort whatsoever put into giving them some sense of verisimilitude, then they just seem cardboard-like and insufficient, and they're obviously just there as a little bit of window dressing. And this doesn't really draw anyone into the setting. Now, I'm not saying that you should have your minor characters' families detailed out to the umpteenth generation, nor should you have pages and pages of background about the minor NPCs. That would be far too much time and too much effort spent on a small encounter where you could be spending your creative efforts elsewhere. However, what you do need is you need to give them the sense that there is something more about them. You need to give it the sense that that farmhand isn't just waiting around for you to go wandering past his fields. That stable hand does exist when you're not there putting your horses away in the stable. The barmaid isn't just stood around like a store-bought mannequin waiting for your party to come in so that she can trot out the foaming pints of ale. They actually have other things that they do in their life. They actually have a life outside the game, as it were, when the players are there. And this can be easily done by just giving them one or two odd characteristics that make them individual. It could be their gait, the way they walk. It could be something about their appearance. It could be a particularly odd mannerism. It could be an event in their life that's mentioned. And there are numerous books and resources and tables on the web that you can use to get ideas of these from. There's really no excuse not to give your minor NPCs some form of identifiable characteristics. As I say, I've been looking at my Gary Gygax world builder here, which has vast reams of tables with all of this sort of stuff in, and you can find many of these sort of things online if you don't want to spend money buying a book. What you need to do is you need to make them memorable, so at least something about that minor NPC sticks in the mind of your player characters. Who knows? They might go back and want to see that minor NPC again. And if they do, you can always upgrade them to a more significant NPC role and flesh out the details, because you've already got a good foundation and a good starting point. And that's what it's all about with these minor NPCs, getting that bedrock in there, and if nothing else comes of it, at least you've not spent a lot of time on it. So let me know what you think. Are you a fan of minor NPCs having characteristics? Do you maybe think they shouldn't? Maybe you think it distracts from the game when they should be moving past those NPCs. Maybe you're a big fan of making them more individualistic and having more background. Whatever you think, let me know in the comments box below, and I look forward to reading what you write.